When you're introduced to a new environment, it can leave quite a mark on you. The whole crew has spent a lot of time in the New Zealand mountains, but the Tasman Glacier is on a completely different scale.
Bags, bags, more bags.
Being part of the Mount Cook National Park, it's incredibly beautiful, but the glacier is always changing. We'd heard of crevasses and even a canyon land full of ice tunnels. Combined with all of us trying splitboarding for the first time, we knew we needed to be well prepared for this trip of a lifetime, but one of many firsts for all of us. Have you heard any stories about the glacier and it retreating at all?
Definitely, I've walked out the Tasman Glacier with some guides who've been here for like 30 years, and they're saying that where the lake is now, the glacier used to be 100 metres thick there, and so there's no question that it's going backwards.
Going up in the ski plane, it becomes pretty obvious how much the environment is affected by temperature and altitude. The valleys soon disappear and you climb up into the glacier and you're surrounded by snow and ice. After flying in the plane and landing on the glacier and looking around right now, this is going to be a trip to remember, I think. If the last kind of quarter of an hour is anything to go by, holy moly, this place is so massive. All right, off to Canyonlands. We're in the middle of pretty much the coolest place I think I've ever been. Does not look like Earth. Tunnel there, tunnel there, tunnel there, tunnel there. Ice feature there, waves. It's kind of like a cross between mountain and ocean. I've never seen anything like this before. Just finished down in the Canyonlands and now's for the hard slog. The hut that we've got to go back up to is sitting right on the edge of the cliff. I think we're still about an hour away. Luckily, we have split boards because this would be horrible to bootpack in. But wow, we're just surrounded by the most beautiful mountains. It's crazy, it's so cool to be here.
Had a good sleep. It's nice and warm in here, and it was toasty.
It's like mind-boggling terrain, and looking out the window straight at Mount Cook, and then being on this gnarly glacier. It's pretty out there.
You kind of get all kinds of people up in these huts, so it's always kind of a bit of a gamble as to who you're going to be sharing your quarters with, but it's great. I mean, literally everybody's kind of here for the same reason. They just want to go out and enjoy the mountains.
Do you feel comfortable standing?
How our guide is going nowhere near this hole that we're all hanging out in?
Yeah, it's kind of scary hanging out in this ice, especially because we've heard stuff release on some of the faces. It's been quite warm during the day, and you just suddenly, you hear a roar, and then you just see snow and ice come crashing down the slopes. But
you can't help but kind of admire how beautiful it is.
Coming into an environment like this that is so different to everyday life, you know, even though we've only been here for a brief period of time, it feels as though we've been here forever, and we'll be leaving as completely different people, and it just inspires me to want to come back and explore even further.